Our top story this afternoon is the urgent search for the man police say shot multiple passengers on a rush-hour subway train in New York City. Police have identified the suspect as 62-year-old Frank Robert James. They say he was mumbling to himself on the train before putting on a gas mask, detonating 2 smoke grenades, and then firing at least 33 bullets. He's now wanted for the attempted murder of 10 people. Mike Marza, reporter for our station, WABC in New York, joins me live now from Sunset Park. Mike, thanks for being on. I know we now have a suspect, but he's still out there. So what's the latest on the investigation?
Diane, that's right. The massive manhunt continues not just here in New York, but 2 other states. In fact, Pennsylvania, where this suspect has the last known address, in Philadelphia, also in Wisconsin. So it is a federal effort on a lot of different levels. Also, investigators overnight have been poring over several hours of social media posts, particularly on YouTube, where the suspect allegedly posted rambling rants, specifically targeting Mayor Eric Adams, the New York mayor, and his recent crackdown on people living in the subway system, as well as the videos included some racial and sexist insults. Police also tying James to a U-Haul that was discovered a few miles from here. They did that by finding the key to the U-Haul, they say, here at the scene, and they were able to tie that U-Haul to that discovery about 2-3 miles from the shooting scene. And inside, investigators say they also discovered a pillow and what appears to be evidence of him sleeping in that U-Haul, at least recently. Let's talk about the weapon that was found here at the scene as well, that 9mm handgun believed to be used to carry out that shooting yesterday morning. Police now say, or federal officials now say, they were able to track the purchase of that weapon to 2011. It was bought at a pawn shop in Columbus, Ohio. So again, the massive manhunt continues, and they're trying to use all these clues to track James down.
Now, Mike, one thing this case highlighted was that the cameras at the 36th Street station weren't working, and there were no cops at the station when this happened. So what is the mayor's office saying about safety amid what was already a rise in crime on the subways?
Yeah, no doubt. That is a focus of a lot of the questioning today, and Mayor Adams has been very blunt about it, saying the New York City subway system, as you know, is very vast, and the ability to put a police officer in every single subway station is just very impractical at this point. To the cameras, though, even though the cameras were not working at this particular subway station, police also were able to figure out that the cameras were operating nearby where they believe the suspect boarded the subway system. So they're able to use those images, but clearly it is going to be a conversation. The way the transit system is run here in New York is run by the state. So the MTA has to work with the city, and that is also something up for debate now as the mayor is urging more control over those camera systems in the subway for instances just like this, Diane.
Now, in the city in general, Mike, what are our officials doing to try to ensure safety right now, especially while this suspect is still on the loose?
As you know, the concerns over the subway system, they've been increasing over the past several weeks. We've had several high-profile crimes happen in the subway system. People pushed in front of trains, people slashed. These are innocent bystanders getting caught in all of this violence. Today, Mayor Adams putting more officers on patrol in the subway stations. You see a couple of officers here. I was just down in the subway station that is back open this morning and this afternoon for commuters to be able to make their way through Brooklyn. There are more police officers, but the question is, more police officers at the station is one thing. Police officers on every single, not only train, but train car is something that is just frankly impossible, according to what the mayor is saying, just the sheer number of manpower you would need. There are 472 subway stations in New York City, and then you factor in all the train cars involved in every single train. So it is a tough task, but at least an increased police presence at all of the subway stops today.
And Mike, have you had a chance to talk to some of the commuters out there today? What are they saying?
Well, I can tell you just from personal experience, I live in Brooklyn. I have 3 young kids, 8, 6, and 3. We take the subway a lot, and it's a conversation that my wife and I were having last night. At what point do we say just enough is enough? And that's what we heard from commuters last night. It's not just the feeling of fear. It is the feeling of the unknown. What type of threat are they going to face? We just heard from one of the local news crews also covering this story. He was shooting video of a train coming through the station just to set the scene for people today. He said as he was shooting video of that scene, somebody who appeared to be mentally unstable came rushing at him, screaming at him, getting in front of his camera, and passengers were frightened, of course. Not only what happened yesterday, but what's happened in the past few weeks. And so the concern is what can be done to restore that sense of safety, and a lot of commuters are saying enough is enough. The problem with a lot of that is because the subway system is really the lifeline for a lot of people to get to work and get to school, and so that's going to be a challenge just to give it up, and they're just gritting their teeth hoping that everything's okay. Diane.
All right, Mike Marza with WABC. Mike, thank you.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.